Let's watch football, shall we? And we will have at least a few highlights to dramatically overreact to in a few hours and tomorrow.
We know the starting quarterback
day.
based on these 3 clips tomorrow.
It's one of my favorite times all year. As we reported, camp report was yesterday.
Yeah.
The official practices begin today.
They're practicing as we speak, right now.
I love it. Let's go BYU football. Send us one of those highlights so we can overreact. Heading into camp, Jarom, what do you feel like you know? I know this thing about BYU football.
Yeah, I didn't say it. I declared it. I'll give one, you give one, and go back and forth. How about that? I believe we know that BYU is, again, motivated to overcome the odds and expectations.
Oh, yes.
The Jake Retzloff situation certainly, and his transfer certainly changed things for the expectations of BYU. It's not just about how good of a quarterback Jake was, it's about the experience that he brought. You just can't recreate that. Whoever starts for BYU will it'll be their first snap at BYU of the 3. And for the 2 that have played in college football before, McKay Halstead, Trace Bourget, it'll be over 600 days for both of them since they played in a game. So I think we know that. They want to be in the Big 12 title game. It does depend to me on a lot of things, but mainly QB play. Like if you can recreate the turnovers and you can have a good defense, special teams again, you put yourself in position to perhaps challenge for that. My concern, though, is there are too many teams in the league. There's all these dumb tiebreakers. Even with the good team last year, BYU didn't make the Big 12 title game. That's difficult. But I believe we know this team is properly motivated.
I love that because BYU thrives in that scenario, typically. I'll add this to your quarterback note. We know that the public will not know who the starting quarterback is until the opening offensive series of game number 1.
I would love to be wrong on that. Like in 3 weeks, they're like, hey, it's so-and-so. But
I'm very confident we will not know who the starting quarterback is until the offense trots out on the field for the first time on August 30th.
We do know it's going to be one of these 3 guys. That's what we know. We don't know which one of the 3.
That is a known entity as well.
Wow.
I'll add this. On the defensive side of the ball, Jarom, I believe BYU has the best linebacking core. I know it, in fact, in the entire Big 12 conference. I am confident in saying I know that they have the best linebacking group in the entire conference, led by Jack Kelly, Isaiah Glasker, and you and I have spoken about the emergence of Siale Acera. And
big year for him.
Buying into what basically every BYU football coach has said to us over the last month, that he has gone next level and he has shown drastic improvement. He has muscled up, he has slimmed down, he is faster, he is stronger. There are coaches that think he might lead the team in tackles. I would love that.
I like when my middle linebacker leads the team in tackles.
100%.
I don't want it to be a safety. And BYU rotates their safeties too much for one guy to really put up a huge number.
The experience in that core. You think about the big-time plays that Jack Kelly and Isaiah Glasker have made, and even Siale in the Alamo Bowl. We got a taste of what he is capable of.
Yeah.
So
those onion rings were good.
Yes.
Whatever your preferred appetizer is.
As we said earlier in the week, the proof is in the Oreo pudding with chunks, not the pistachio pudding.
Pistachio, you weirdo.
Not the pistachio.
Too fancy, dude. Too bougie.
But the proof is in the pudding. Those guys have shown me enough at a consistent rate for me to believe that they're going to show up and be awesome again.
Okay, next one. Jay Hill's scheme is better than the personnel. I know this. No matter what group he has, he will elevate the group. So if the group's great, he'll make them even greater. If they're meh, he'll make them good. I think this is a good to very good group. I think he can make them great, just like last year's group was. Because you think about it, BYU wasn't good at sacks. They weren't off the charts at third down stops. They were great at havoc. They were great at specifically takeaways, which is the best thing you can be good at.
22 interceptions?
29 takeaways. I mean, you're number 1 with Texas, who, by the way, had the same number as BYU, but they played, I think, 1 or 2 more games, right? Because SEC championship game. So BYU interception per game, pretty good, right?
The per game average, a little better.
Per game average, that's what matters. BYU lost 7 starters on defense, but Jay Hill rotated a lot of guys through. So it's not like Tommy Prassis and Falatau Satuala backing up Tanner Wall haven't played. They played a lot. Raider Demooney / Talon Alfrey. Evan Johnson, Maury Bamba played a bunch last year. They'll be ready at corner.
CLS era.
It's really the defensive line of like John Taumuipeo. You got to play a lot now. Keanu Tanuvasa obviously played at Utah, but I'm excited to see what these guys can do, and I believe in Jay Hill. And I think it's great that Jay Hill's at BYU because one day he won't. He's too good. We won't have him forever. We will not have him forever, obviously. Enjoy the time where Jay Hill calls this defense. I hope it's for 5-7 more seasons. The reality is probably not. He's too good.
Let's keep the staff together as long as possible.
They kept the staff.
That continuity.
Yeah.
And Kelly Papinga, another thing that we know, has done an incredible job with the special teams. Specifically, I know that there are special playmakers on BYU's special teams.
This is a BYU football testimony meeting, I think. That's what this is.
Yes.
I know that, and I strongly believe that.
Will Farron has a case to be considered as the best kicker in the entire country.
Preseason magazine said he was.
How about that luxury for BYU football?
And Parker Kingston as a punt returner. I would argue those two. Sam Vanderhaar does exactly what BYU needs as a punter. He's not Ryan Rico. He's not that guy. But he does what BYU needs. They have good net punting.
And there's always a few amazing trick plays.
Absolutely.
At the least expected times up the sleeve of Kelly Papinga, which those guys know how to execute. They've shown us that the moment's not too big
UCF
when those plays are
field
called.
Goal. Colorado onside kick.
The rush kick against Utah. You got to go. Time's running down, right?
I don't want to talk about end of first half execution against Utah or Kansas. But yes, yes. Okay,
we know. Parker Kingston, special returner.
Yeah.
2 punt returns for touchdowns.
And when he muffs it and then wheels around, that's when he's his best, actually. BYU has enough, I know, good Big 12 players and potential NFL dudes to be confident about 8 to 10 wins. As you mentioned, Will Farron is probably the best at his position on the team. Keanu Tanuvasa, at least in one mock draft, was a first-round potential kind of guy. That tells you where at least one mock has him. He's an NFL guy. Chase Roberts is one of the best receivers in the country. Jack Kelly, Isaiah Glasker, Parker Kingston. To me, those are the stars of this team. There will be others who will emerge, which will be exciting. LJ Martin could be one of those guys. Is he a top 5 running back in the Big 12? You got to get 1,000 yards to me to start that conversation.
We'll talk about that a little bit more in just a second. In fact, let's go right there to the 1,000-yard mark. It has been 4 years since BYU had a 1,000-yard rusher. Tyler Algier was the last to do it. It's been 5 years since BYU had a 1,000-yard receiver. Dax Milne was the last to do it, and that was in the 2020 weird COVID campaign.
Right.
BYU, I believe, and I know that BYU has 1,000-yard potential at running back and wide receiver. Jarom, if the quarterback is a good enough game manager to get the ball into the best weapons that BYU has, specifically Chase Roberts and LJ Martin, BYU could have a 1,000-yard receiver and running back in the same season. This is not something too crazy.
You gotta look at that. When's the last time they had both?
Ooh, in the same season.
Do we have to go back to the late 2000s? Like a Harvey Dennis year?
Maybe.
Or a Harvey Austin year?
Or was it Jamal Williams along with, Mitch Matthews never got to 1,000.
He never. We always debated about that with the elite thing because I said you got to get to 1,000.
He had 942, I think.
Not good enough.
Well, close to 1,000, sure.
Love you, Mitch. But yes, to have it both. Do we feel like that's realistic given the inexperience and the newness of the quarterback? Are they going to be able to find a guy that many times to get 1,000?
It's going to be much harder for Chase.
Right. LJ, not so much. In fact, LJ has a better chance at 1,000 because of the quarterback situation.
Need to lean on him.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so 1,000-yard potential, certainly LJ leading that group. I know the BYU has the potential at both of those positions.
Yes.
It's a stretch to say that both could do it, but I feel strongly enough to say that I know that BYU will have at least one 1,000-yard performer this season.
Yes, I'm extremely confident with you. I agree. Okay, BYU might have the most experienced safety room in the nation. Let's talk about it. I talked about it a little bit, but at free safety, Tanner Wall, really experienced, cerebral, athletic guy.
He grades out, according to the BYU coaches, higher than any other player on the defense basically every week.
That makes sense to me. That's great. Tommy Prasis, Falatel Satwell, a lot of talent and youth behind him who did play a little bit last year, which is great. Then Talon Alfrey and Raider Damuni. Talon, 29 games played. Raider, 23. These guys will occupy that strong safety spot. Those 5 guys know what they're doing, and they're good. I really like that group. Crazy experienced on the back end. Whatever you know, I like Maury and Evan at corner. You got Trey and Jaden and Dunlap and these guys at corner, kind of the backups. Whatever perceived inexperience that they may have, the safeties are there to clean up. I like that group, the experience and the talent of that group.
There is safety in the safeties.
In safety zone.
I'm going to add my final thought. This is the last thing that I unequivocally know, Jarom.
Would you say without a shadow of a doubt?
Without a shadow of a doubt. With every fiber of my being.
Do you remember in the on my mission, they're like, don't say these weird phrases. Like the.
I feel it in my bones. Somebody today, a coach, a player, a media member will say the following phrase.
Oh, let's go over that stuff.
Guys were really flying around out there.
Flying around, you put on 15 pounds of muscle. I want someone to be like, so-and-so put on 15 pounds of fat. Like, we are shocked at how this person showed up today.
Yeah. No, listen, Robert is not coaching. He was the coach that would tell people that they were too fat for day one of practice.
I just thought of a specific player. I'll tell you off camera later that he pointed out one time. Super mean. I was like, oh, gosh. Even if it's true, it's mean. Jeez. Yeah,
somebody didn't do their conditioning.
Someone will say, oh, is this the deepest team? Oh, the chemistry.
Yep.
Better than it, you know, all these phrases will happen today. But it's just a sign that we're closer to the game.
Guys were really flying around out there.
Oh, flying around.
Yep, I know that. With every fiber of my being, somebody will say
we just have to do our 111.
That too.
Okay.
Oh, that too.
Someone tell him not to use these phrases, please. Come on.